flexibility. The less flexible your emotions are and your thoughts are, the less options you have in each moment to solve for your illusion. And you can try the same thing over and over and over and over. And you can make up a story inside of yourself that something is progressing. And that becomes an illusion attached to an illusion. And that's just one layer removed from the actual illusion. And that one layer removed from the illusion would be considered enlightenment. You probably have thousands of layers removed from the initial illusion that you're working down through. The key to growth is unlearning. And the way that you work with those layers upon layers upon layers of illusion, very few of which you have any relationship with cognitively. The way you work with them is that you unlearn that reason for absolute certainty and lack of fluidity and flexibility. You unlearn those fixations. The more you unlearn those fixations, the less you're controlled by them, because they begin to become flexible, giving you options. This is what is called free will. Free will is not making a choice. Free will is the fact that you have the capacity to make a choice. But it's not like these superficial choices out here. It's more like these really deep and embedded choices that are existing in our own psycho-emotional patterning. The source of emotional patterning is chemical, it's chemistry. Your glands and organs secrete peptides and hormones, which are physical chemicals. And as those peptides and hormones circulate through your body, it makes your body feel a certain way. That's why it's called feelings. And you respond to those feelings with what is called emotions. And usually these are stronger than thoughts. And so emotions and feelings will trump your best intentions, and that's why it's always said, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I mean, it's just an expression. These peptides and hormones make their deepest registration in a portion of the limbic system, which is this armature, and that's why they call it a limb. It's this, looks like a tree limb that comes down in the brain, and the brain's kind of core of the brain. And it's called the limbic system. And the limbic system is the one place in the brain that actually has a blood circulation. The reason the rest of your brain is called gray matter is because when there's no circulation in your tissue, it turns gray. And the reason that there's no circulation in the gray matter is because the brain needs to be protected from all of the toxicity that might be going through your blood. Because, virus and bacteria is in your blood, but your brain wants, because your brain is your command center, it wants to be protected from that. So evolution created this miraculous, what's called the blood-brain barrier. But the limbic system gets the blood, and there's a couple of components in the limbic system that we work with. One's called the hippocampus. The hippocampus in the limbic system is what enables you to recognize things. The hippocampus is what begins to malfunction when dementia starts to set in. And one of the ways that we have of stimulating the hippocampus, we have found through MRI studies that my wife and I were involved with, is mudras. Repetitive mudras get into the hippocampus, and they are actually finding in very deep studies, University of Pennsylvania, UCLA, UCal Berkeley, very deep studies, they're finding that dementia can be moderated and even some restoration through Kirtan Kriya done to